Hi, I'm Jason Fair, CEO of Genesis Consulting, here in our headquarters to answer your questions. Today, we're going to talk about Lean Agile SAP and readiness. Is your organization ready for an Agile project? Many times we get asked, what are some of the things that we should be thinking about to be able to start an Agile project within our company? So what I'm going to do is cover a few key areas and some of the key things that you would need to consider. The first one is project characteristics. For example, requirements. Are the requirements for what you're implementing always changing? If so, maybe an Agile environment, an Agile project approach would be more suitable. How about the effort or the duration of the project? Is that fixed, or are we uncertain about how long it might actually take? Do we need more flexibility to be able to estimate how long it will take for us to finish the project? If so, maybe Agile is the right type of project approach. Interfacing systems. We typically like to recommend to our customers, if you have more than 3 systems, maybe it's too complex for an Agile approach. Regulatory compliance. Many times we have federal or regulatory organizations that we have to comply with. Sometimes that creates an additional level of documentation that we have to provide. That may not be a great candidate for an Agile project. Also, are there other interdependencies going on within the organization, other projects that we have to wait for and depend on from key dependencies in our project delivery? If so, it may not be a good candidate for Agile. Sponsor characteristics. Do we have the sponsor buy-in from the key stakeholders of the initiative? Do they understand what an Agile project entails? Do they understand what it means from a commitment perspective? Also, do our sponsors actually have the time to dedicate to provide intermittent feedback periodically throughout the life cycle of the project? If not, Agile may not be the right approach for you. Project resources. What's the team size that we need in order to deliver the project? Is it 20, 30, 40 people? If so, that may be too big to be able to achieve some of the success with an Agile project. We typically recommend a team size of anywhere from 8 to 10 resources on an Agile project. Now you can have multiple teams all working Agile, but we need to make sure we've got the right mix of skill sets with the right level of domain expertise to make those teams effective. We also need to make sure our resources are dedicated. And when I say dedicated, I mean dedicated to the project. Doesn't necessarily mean 100%, but the time commitment that we are going to plan for the Agile project, those resources need to be committed. Also, part of Agile success is empowering the people on our team to be able to make decisions quickly. We need to make sure they have the right domain expertise, technology or functional expertise in order to be able to do the work, make the decisions, and continue progress on their project. We also need to make sure that we're working in a collaborative environment, and are the team members willing to collaborate together and work and provide information and interchange ideas openly. We also want to look at co-location. Is it possible to get our resources physically located in the same place? I know we all work in distributed environments with resources located in many locations throughout the country and even overseas, but what's the feasibility of us to be able to get co-location of our resources? Key success factor of Agile. Also, one more thing I like to talk about is our ability to provide automated testing. We need to make sure our resources eliminate their time in spending on testing, and if we have the resources to dedicate towards automation, that is key for an Agile success. And then finally, we want to make sure that the organization actually is able to accept and adopt an Agile concept. Many times we've been working on these large-scale projects for many years, and that's what we know. Going to Agile is a change, and it's different. We need for team members, and we need for executive leadership to buy into this and to accept this approach. And we also can't just piecemeal Agile approach in different parts of the project. We need to be able to accept it and adopt it throughout the entire life cycle of our projects. We also need to make sure that you have Agile training and Agile coaches accessible to be able to train our team members, to train our stakeholders in what this approach will entail. It's different, but I know with the right training and with the right coaches, you'll be successful in applying any type of Agile project to your implementations. So if you take these areas, you assess your organization, and you give yourself a scorecard, it'll give you an idea as to whether or not your organization is ready for Agile. So, is your team ready for Agile? Consider these areas. Does your project have the right characteristics? Do your sponsors have the right buy-in? And are they ready to commit to this type of an approach? Do you have the right resources with the right size, with the right knowledge and expertise to make an Agile project successful? Does your organization have Agile awareness and acceptance? It's a different approach, and are they willing to accept this new approach? If so, Agile may be right for you. Thanks for watching our video blog, and be sure to check out our other videos. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel and connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Until next time, this is Jason Fair, CEO, Genesis Consulting.